booming. Like, comment, and subscribe. Go to Too Much Game Podcast.store to get the merch. Follow me on social media at Uncle Dolemite on Twitter and Instagram, or at Too Much Game Podcast on Twitter and Instagram. I think that's all I gotta say to YouTube. Let me go ahead, get IG Live cracking since I just silenced my phone. And I guess we could start the show. Gunshots, bitch. Sadly appropriate. And then there was bass. Good evening, motherfuckers and motherfuckers. This is your host, Uncle Dolemite, for the Too Much Game Podcast, live from the new sanctuary once again. It's been one of them weeks, dog. If you're watching on Instagram Live or YouTube, y'all see I got my nigga Draco the Ruler in the background and shit. Nigga, rest in peace to the legendary Draco the Ruler. It's kind of fucked up that, like, every episode it seems like I'm opening these motherfuckers with RIPs. That shit is some bullshit, my nigga, but, you know, it is what it is, dog. Moment of silence for my nigga Draco the Ruler. You fucking hate to see that shit, my nigga. My nigga got, you know, cut down at a fucking festival, my nigga, backstage at a goddamn concert. That shit bullshit, my nigga. You know, like I said, I don't really like starting my fucking show with RIPs, especially motherfuckers like Draco, my nigga. Like, Draco was like one of my favorite active rappers and shit. You know, but it's like, it's fucked up, my nigga. Like, the nigga was on like some torpedo Tupac shit, my nigga. You know, like, as much as I hate for that shit to have happened, I'm not really surprised. You know, like, I'm disappointed, but I'm not surprised. Like, the way LA been going as of recent, you know, like I came on here and said like a week or two ago, like, you know, LA is LA. You know, they've been saying LA is like the purge. LA is morbid, it's scary, you know, it's a lot going on. Nigga, LA is LA. This is exactly how it's been the whole fucking time. It's fucked up. But that's LA, dog. Like, niggas get killed, my nigga. You know, and it's fucked up because, like, it's so much to this shit. Like, of the little bit of information that we have on what happened, it's already like a lot wrapped up in that shit. You know, like, I did an episode, shit, I forgot the fucking number of that motherfucker, but it was called Be Careful. You know, and it was something like that would pertain to a situation like this. You know, like, sometimes when you're that man, like when you the top dude in your collective, you gotta move like that. You know, like, something that I would always talk about as far as like how I get down, how I've been moving as of recent in my life. What's going on, Rosie? You know, when you become an important person, when you got a lot to lose, you gotta move like that. You know, and like a lot of the fucking the culture in hip hop, it's like the fucking tough guy culture, my nigga. Like, everybody gotta be tough, everybody gotta be Billy Badass all the motherfucking time. You know, and I get it, cause some niggas really is built like that, my nigga. Like, some niggas really is tough. You know, if y'all saw the footage of how Slim 400 went out, that nigga Slim 400 went out like a G. I'm not saying that it's cool to go out, my nigga, but the way that the nigga went out, like, the nigga went down fighting. Same with Draco, my nigga. Like, the motherfucker went out 10 toes, my nigga. The nigga went out squabbling, nigga. That nigga went out getting down for his. You know, and it's cool, my nigga. You know, motherfuckers say, you know, to go out like a G, my nigga, and I get that shit. You know, because if you gonna go out, the least you can do is go out like a G, nigga. But sometimes it sucks when being a G is the reason you went out in the first place. You know, like, there was a popular song by Draco, came out recently, called Fights Don't Matter. You know, the nigga said that he wrote the song in jail. And it's true, my nigga, cause we from the city, my nigga, like we from LA, and this ain't like a exclusive thing to LA, my nigga. This shit is all over the country, my nigga. Like, the idea of the song was fights don't matter. Like the nigga wrote the shit in jail, motherfuckers squabbling up, and taking their fades and all that shit. And it's like you get respect for fighting and not running. But at the same time, it's like the reason he say fights don't matter, cause like at the end of the day, my nigga, your ass will end up dead after that shit, dog. Motherfuckers out here going the extra mile nowadays. Like it ain't like back in the day. Like I remember when my mom used to tell me, back in the day when she was gang banging. Like nigga, you got your ass whooped by appointment back in the day. Like back in the like fucking the 60s and 70s and all that shit. Like nigga, motherfuckers met up at the park, sometimes 20 or 30 deep. Y'all niggas will get cracking and then you go your separate ways, my nigga. Like niggas will fight and live to fight again. Like what was that? In Friday, Pops, John Witherspoon, may he rest in peace, a motherfucking legend. When he was telling Craig, like, nigga, you win some, you lose some, but you live. You live to fight another day, nigga. That's some old shit. You see, nigga, that nigga grabbed that Glock right after that motherfucking speech, cause they sure enough went outside and got shot at, my nigga. Like it ain't the 80s no more, my nigga. It ain't the fucking 70s no more. Niggas out here getting smoked, dog. Like, you fucking hate to see it. Cause like I said, my nigga, like, niggas is in that fucking tough guy culture, dog. Like, niggas cannot lose fades no more. And it's fucked up because, like, back in the day, my nigga, it was, as long as you took your fade, it wasn't about who won or lost. It was about the fact that you was willing to get down, get cracking, nigga. You get your fucking black eye and your busted lip and you walked away with your head up because you at least fought, my nigga. Like, but nowadays, it's like niggas is so afraid to go viral getting their ass whooped. It's like, nigga, I can't take no L's, my nigga. I can't walk around like that. Like, nigga, a nigga whoop my ass. Fuck that shit. I'm pulling out the pistol. And it's fucked up, my nigga, because, like, I don't know where these niggas got this shit from. Like, who taught these niggas that shit? And let me not even say I don't know, because like I said, my nigga, this goes back to niggas letting rap raise them, my nigga. Niggas is raised by rappers, my nigga. We letting that bullshit these rappers be talking about get us out of our fucking element, my nigga. Because like I'm still under the old school mindset of, nigga, as long as you took your fade, as long as you was willing to squabble, if you got beat up, my nigga, it is what it is, nigga. At least you fought, my nigga. You wasn't a bitch. You didn't run. And that's where you got your respect from back in the day, nigga. Now it's like, nigga, a nigga will shoot you before the even fight start. Like, my nigga, once a nigga see you ball your fist up and you willing to get down, he like, nigga, before I even take this ass whooping, I'm just gonna start busting. And it's fucked up, like, because according to the stories that everybody got, Draco and them was fucking outnumbered, my nigga. Like, nigga, it's 5 niggas fighting 20 niggas and y'all niggas still stabbed them, my nigga. Like, that shit fucked up, and I know what it was, dog. Like, it wasn't about the advantage. It wasn't about winning the fight. Nigga, it was about them motherfuckers came to do exactly what they did, my nigga. That shit was a motherfucking assassination, my nigga. And I'm not saying that is in like the fucking government was involved. Like, this ain't no fucking aluminum hat bullshit. Like, this ain't tinfoil kufi, my nigga. Like, this is literally the niggas who killed Draco was trying to kill Draco. And it's fucked up because, like I said, my nigga, it's like this fucking tough guy culture. That shit gotta go, my nigga. And I'm not even saying that like niggas get killed in their own hometown, because he didn't get killed in his hometown per se. Yes, he's from Los Angeles, but this motherfucker got killed at a concert, my nigga. Even if that nigga lived in Calabasas, even if that nigga lived in San Diego, even if that nigga lived in New Jersey, he probably still would have been at this motherfucking concert, dog. Like, the fact that motherfuckers is getting killed backstage now, like, like, you just hate to see that shit, my nigga. And it was fucked up because the first thought that I had when we found out that Draco passed away, because, if y'all niggas heard the last episode, toward the end of the last episode, my little cousin, Lil Mike, had fucking, he told me in the comments that Draco got stabbed in the neck. And immediately, my nigga, like when I thought about that shit after I got the news that he passed away, was nigga, I'm glad O3 Greedo is locked up. You know, O3 Greedo is another like I'm not gonna call that nigga local because niggas take that shit as like a disrespectful term. But like he's a rapper out of Watts. You know, he an underground rapper and shit. Nigga, that nigga O3 Greedo was one of them niggas just like that. Like nigga, there's some street rappers in LA that's really with that shit. They really bout that shit. They really from that shit. And it's like, it's cool to say, but like nowadays, it's like, nigga, you a fucking target when you really with that shit, when you really about that shit, when you really live that shit. You know, like I be telling motherfuckers all the time, my nigga, like, nigga, I am who I am, and I just leave it at that, my nigga. You know, like I remember me and my cousin Lil Mike was having a conversation back in the day, like a couple years ago. You know, we was like having like a little, you know, little family argument. Not nothing too major, but like it was a little comment that he made, like, nigga, my name ring bells in the street. And I was telling him, my nigga, like one of my things that, you know, I just lived with, nigga, all the time was, nigga, I don't want my name to ring bell in the street. I do what I do. Everybody who know me know, nigga, the only thing that I care about is niggas know I ain't no bitch. I ain't the nigga you gonna touch on, my nigga. You know, because the thing is that I told him as far as like your name ringing bells in the street, my nigga, when your name ring bells in the street, you can't control where your name ring them bells at. Your name ring bells in the enemy neighborhood. Your name ring bells with motherfuckers who you don't want to. And it also ring bells in courtrooms. You know, like, it's a lot that come with that street fame, my nigga. It's a lot that come with motherfuckers knowing who you are in these streets. It's a lot that comes with that shit, my nigga. Some good, but most bad. You know, because like I tell motherfuckers all the time, like, nigga, one of the main things when you're that nigga in the street, when you really a factor in the street, a lot of niggas will use your name as a motherfucking get out of jail free card, my nigga. It's a nigga right now sitting there getting interrogated. And all he thinking is, who the fuck name can I tell these motherfuckers to get me up out of this situation? What name can I use to get me up out of here? That's how a lot of motherfuckers get snitched on, my nigga. You know, like Draco was a prime example while he was alive, my nigga. That's how he ended up in jail. Motherfuckers be getting snitched on, dog. You know, like that shit is fucking crazy, my nigga. You know, it's like motherfuckers is trying their hardest to get as close to prison as possible without going in. As close to a jail cell as they can without going in. And it's fucked up because once you get something to lose, my nigga, it's like, why would you put it at risk for street cred? You know, like I had an episode, nigga, one of my earlier episodes, like episode 4 or 5, like it was about, it's called Who's Your Real Enemy? It was like one of my super earlier episodes. And it was funny because I was talking to the homie Rick Rock about that shit. Like, nigga, I almost don't even want niggas to listen to that shit because the nigga was talking like a lot of little politics shit, like street politics about it. You know, but it was just one of them episodes. Like sometimes I get on here and I'll just speak from the heart about shit that I feel. You know, whether or not motherfuckers gonna like it, whether or not motherfuckers gonna accept it, that's just how I be feeling about certain shit. Just like gang banging, my nigga, like I've done it. You know, like, nigga, I'm not gonna say specifically where I'm from, but I've probably said that shit a couple times on the show. Like, niggas know I'm from Compton. That's all the fuck you need to know. You run up on me, I'll tell you specifically, but I'm not finna do that shit no more on this motherfucking show. You wanna know where I'm from, nigga, run back and listen to the old episodes. But like, you know, it's just fucked up, my nigga, like how motherfuckers out here dying for street cred, my nigga. Like, literally. Nigga, street cred ain't never paid a bill, my nigga. Street cred can't buy you a hamburger, but niggas is literally dying over that shit. Like, nigga, I don't give a fuck about my street cred no more. Nigga, I give a fuck about my TransUnion score, my Equifax score. You know, like that's the score that I care about. My shit's 750. Cause street cred ain't never bought me shit, my nigga. You know, street cred ain't never bought nobody shit. And like I said, my nigga, when your name ring bells, my nigga, like you find out real fast, nigga, where that shit counts at, nigga. Nowhere, dog. That shit don't do shit, especially like a lot of these niggas nowadays. Like, I've been watching like a lot of blogs on YouTube and niggas on Instagram. Like, niggas is like reporting on all this shit. Like I was telling a homie, nigga, like gang banging is not worth it, dog. Like it's too many fucking bloggers now talking about street shit. Like it's too many white boys in Minnesota talking about real street shit in LA, and these niggas is knowing niggas names and knowing about real events and shit. Like nigga, it's like a fucking blog on YouTube. Like what the fuck is that shit called? Like Swamp Stories. It's some fucking white boy, my nigga. And this motherfucker be talking about all types of street shit. And the motherfucker really be, he prefaces his videos, like I'm not shitting on whoever that dude is, whatever, do your thing, my nigga. But like he prefaces it by saying all this shit is public record. But it's like, my nigga, this social media, my nigga, this these blogs, this internet, my nigga, this shit'll have you in jail. Like it ain't how it used to be, my nigga. Like it used to be like, oh nigga, do your dirt by your lonely, you stay to yourself and shit, nigga, your ass will go catch a body and a Ring camera will put you in prison. A camera hanging off the side of somebody's house will put you in prison. 90% of these niggas nowadays, nigga, a fucking rap song will put your ass in prison. Nigga, you done went out here and did something that you felt was some real nigga shit. And one of your homeboys felt like it was so real he had to rap about it. Now your ass is locked up because you got shouted out in the song. Shout out to fucking Bobby Schmurder and shit. Like motherfuckers out here getting locked up over music, dog. This shit not worth it, my nigga. Like niggas gonna have to really reevaluate what we consider as real nigga shit. Like I be telling motherfuckers, like, nigga, my gang banging career ain't what I'm proud of, my nigga. Like, it is what it is, it was what it was, nigga. How you feel about it is how you feel about it, nigga. Just don't put your fucking hands on me. Like, that's where I leave it at, my nigga. Like I tell niggas, nigga, like, when I cross a 605 freeway, I'm never empty-handed. And I just leave it at that. Like, at the end of the day, like, that shit don't get me nothing extra. That shit don't give me no extra credit, nigga. Like, that shit not gonna give me no pussy from nobody. That shit not gonna take no money off my bills. That shit not gonna feed my fucking kids. That shit just is what it is, my nigga. Like, guns are for protection, my nigga. That's why you have a gun, nigga, not to show niggas on the internet. Not to look tough. Like, I think I've probably said that shit on this fucking show before, my nigga. Like, I lost a lot of respect for niggas who are willing to shoot people after Columbine. Like I used to really think like it took like a tough motherfucker to shoot somebody. Like I really thought like you gotta be a real nigga to, whip out on a nigga and start busting and shit. But then after the fucking Columbine incident, I was like, damn nigga, so all you gotta be is bullied. Nowadays, and this is something that I learned as I got older in the street, my nigga. 90% of the motherfuckers that's willing to shoot your ass will shoot you out of fucking fear. Like, nigga, all a nigga need to shoot you is a gun. You don't need no heart to shoot a nigga. That's what a lot of these niggas is finding out, dog. Nigga, having a gun don't make you no tougher than you was before you had that gun, dog. A lot of the motherfuckers that get shot, like, I remember that nigga Jay-Z had a line, like, y'all respect the nigga that gets shot, I respect the shooter. Nigga, at the end of the day, my nigga, the shooter probably shot because he was scared to fight. I don't respect the shooter no more, my nigga. Like, I had that same mindset as a young nigga. Like, I used to really think, like, nigga, a nigga who willing to bust that shot, my nigga, that's the real one. Like, no, my nigga. A lot of times a nigga shoot you after you whoop his ass. Niggas will shoot you after you fuck his girl. Like, niggas will shoot you for any type of weak ass shit. Like, it don't take no real nigga to shoot nobody no more. Like, nigga, I respect a nigga who'll put a gun down and take a fade. I respect a nigga who'll take an ass whooping and won't shoot the nigga who beat him up, my nigga. That's the shit I respect. I respect real shit. Nigga, I respect a nigga who raised his motherfucking kids. You know, like I respect a motherfucker that'll pay the fucking bills, my nigga. Like I respect a nigga who gets some money and take care of his fucking mama instead of take care of his motherfucking homeboys. You know, like I respect real shit, my nigga. Niggas got the fucking definition of real shit fucked up, my nigga. You know, like I said, nigga, like a lot of our fucking problem is motherfuckers stop letting they daddy raise them and start letting rappers raise them. Nigga, we start letting the motherfucking TV raise our kids, my nigga. So like, you know, and it was funny because Draco got another song called This Ain't Grand Theft Auto. You know, and it was basically saying, my nigga, like it ain't no reset button on this shit, nigga. When you gone, you gone. That's it, my nigga. So quit running around this motherfucker like you Franklin Clinton from GTA, my nigga. Like you not Claw Speed, my nigga. You not fucking Tommy Vercetti. You know, like this shit could be over with, nigga. When it's over, it's over. And it's sad because I really wish he'd have paid attention to his own fucking advice in that song. Cause like I said, nigga, Draco was really on some torpedo shit, my nigga. Like being like Tupac, you end up like Tupac, my nigga. You do what Tupac did and you get what Tupac got. You know, I fucking hated to see that shit, dog. You know, cause like I said, I'm disappointed, but I'm not surprised. You know, I got the utmost respect for Draco. Like I said, the way the nigga went out like a G, my nigga. And like I said, my nigga, being a G is the reason the nigga went out. And it's fucked up. But it is what it is, dog. Like it's a cautionary tale, my nigga. Like being tough ain't cool no more, dog. You know, like the end of the day, nigga, when it comes to being tough, my nigga, like you get back the energy that you put out. You put out that tough guy energy, my nigga, and motherfuckers gonna bring that tough guy energy right back to you. You know, like something that I tell motherfuckers all the time, like nigga, all I tell niggas is I ain't no bitch. I'm not tough. I'm not no super thug. You know, like everybody who know, my nigga, like one thing, like I told y'all, I'm not gonna tell you what specific set I'm from, but everybody who know me know I'm a Crip. But I don't fucking be cousin niggas to death. Like if everybody who knows me personally know, like I don't do that cuz shit. You know, like that's straight gangbang politic talk. You know, and no shade to the niggas who say that shit, because when I was living in the hood, I was saying that shit all the fucking time. It just was like surrounding me, my nigga. That's just what we said, my nigga. That was the culture. Yeah, cuz over here. Yeah, cuz, bring me that shit over there, nigga. We call girls cuz. We call our parents cuz. Cuz was like any person, place, or thing. Like the joke that Bernie Mac had about motherfucker is a person, place, or thing. That's what cuz was when I was growing up. Like, cuz, bring cuz over here. Cuz, come here, cuz. Like, it was like that, my nigga. But I don't do that shit because I understand, like, what that shit does to the mindset of certain motherfuckers. Like, I remember, like, nigga, probably like 2003, 2004, nigga, I was a school bus driver. And it was a motherfucker who I used to work with. And it was like, this nigga was like a regular dude, my nigga, like straight square bear, right? But when I started working there, nigga, like I would notice when we be talking, he'd say cuz more. Like we be having a regular conversation. He's like, oh, cuz, that's funny as fuck. And I'm like, cuz, nigga, where you from? And he like, oh, come on, cuz, you a Crip too. And I'm like, yeah, but why are you saying that shit, nigga? What set you from, my nigga? And he like, oh no. I'm like, nigga, what set you from, my nigga? You cuz, right? You a Crip, right? And the thing is, my nigga, just because you around other Crips, my nigga, don't mean that saying cuz is like gonna make them more comfortable, my nigga. You know, like me personally, like I understand that shit. And this is what I be telling motherfuckers. If you don't gang bang, nigga, stay out of gang bang politics, my nigga. You know, like that shit not fucking cool. Like I remember when fucking Crip walking was cool when I was in high school, and I used to check niggas at school about that shit. Like niggas be Crip walking like they little Bow Wow and shit. And it's like, no, my nigga, that ain't the move. That shit not cool, my nigga. If you don't gang bang, don't do that shit, my nigga. You know, and it's like, you know, something that I've probably said on this show, and no disrespect to my homies on the Red Rag side, the Damus and all that shit. Like, nigga, I swear I'm not shading y'all. But like, niggas gotta stop selling they flag, my nigga. You know, I think I said this shit in the Rat Poison episode, the Year of the Rat, the first one. Like niggas gotta stop selling the culture to niggas. Like nigga, this shit is not for everybody, dog. If you don't gang bang, don't be flying flags and all that gang, whole lot of gang shit. And nigga, you're not from there, my nigga. Like there's a store that I frequent, my nigga. Shout out to the homies from the plug in San Bernardino, my nigga. You know, like I went in there one day and them niggas had Bompton hats on the wall. And mind you, this shit is in San Bernardino. My nigga, Compton is 60 miles away. Like, why y'all got these Bompton hats up here? And they was like, oh, one of our consignment people, they was trying to sell these hats. And I'm like, my nigga, you gonna get somebody killed out here. Because everybody don't fucking play like that, my nigga. Like, everybody don't play with the gang shit, my nigga. A lot of you niggas be watching Crip Mac. And y'all nigga, fight grab. That shit funny, my nigga. That shit cool for him to do that. That's cool for him, my nigga. Just like when Dub C was crip walking, that shit was cool for him, my nigga. Like, let that man do what that man do, because that man is from the culture. If you not from that shit, my nigga, stay out of that shit, my nigga. Niggas really out here getting killed behind that shit. I feel like that's a big factor in why Tupac got killed. A lot of motherfuckers don't want to speak on that shit. And I've really heard this shit from a lot of motherfuckers real close to the situation. Like, Tupac got killed because he jumped into some business that wasn't his. It's fucked up, but that's what it is, my nigga. Like, Tupac is the greatest example that we as black people have of a motherfucker getting involved in gangbang politics, and he wasn't a gangbanger. Like, a lot of that MOB shit, that wasn't some shit he made up. MOB is a fucking blood set in Compton. That's Mob Piru, my nigga. Like, Tupac was ingraining himself with the Mob Pi rules and got into it with a nigga from Southside Compton Crip. And that's what the fuck happened. We can play the fucking tinfoil hat shit and say the government did it and he was assassinated and it was a fucking mystery and all that shit. But if we want to look at that shit at surface level, that nigga was hanging out with the Bloods, got into it with a Crip, and he died a gangbanger's death, and he wasn't a gangbanger. And that's what's happening with a lot of these little niggas, man. Like, nigga, I be watching social media and shit. Like I be seeing little niggas, like all these little young niggas be, little teenagers and shit. Now every fucking picture, nigga, like, I don't give a fuck where these niggas was raised at or what the fuck these niggas involved in. They always throwing up some shit in they pictures. And I'm like, nigga, what set you niggas from? Like I remember me and my cousin got into it over that rapper Problem. Because the nigga like made a song, I'm just doing my thing. Something, nigga banging my gang. And I was like, where that nigga from? My cousin like, nigga, he a rapper. I said, but he said he banging his gang. Where he from? Well, the nigga, he from Compton. Nigga, where's he from? My nigga, like, certain niggas don't play with that shit. Like, certain niggas don't take gang banging as a fucking joke, my nigga. Like kids, they think this gang shit is like funny. Like, you hear people, gang, whole lot of gang shit, gang this, oh, what's up, gang? I'm cool, gang. Like, niggas think that shit is like cool. Nigga, that shit is not, my nigga. Like, niggas gotta find some other shit to do. Because like I be telling motherfuckers, nigga, you get that fucking energy that you put out, nigga. You put forth that gangster shit, and sometimes you get back that gangster shit. And when you got something to lose, it's not cool, my nigga. It's not cool to put millions of dollars on the line behind some shit that ain't worth shit. Like, gang banging is a fucking mistake that a lot of us made. Like, gang banging is some shit, and that nigga Geechee Gotti was talking about that shit on his podcast. Shout out to Geechee Gotti and the No Studio and podcast. Like about niggas getting put on gangs at like 21 and 19. And like, nigga, you start gang banging as a grown ass man. Like, nigga, when you grown, nigga, you should be worried about how you gonna pay your bills. How you gonna take care of your kids. What you gonna do with your fucking future. Nigga, you don't start gang banging that late. Like, you should be way past that. You should be way more mature than that. Because the thing is, a lot of motherfuckers, like niggas might still be gang banging in those years. Niggas be 50 and still gang banging. Motherfuckers be old as hell, head full of gray hair, niggas still throwing they set up in pictures and shit. But at the end of the day, a lot of them motherfuckers, they picked up gang banging when they was young and didn't know no better. When they didn't, they didn't understand what was being put at risk. You know, when you 14, 15 and you get put on, nigga, you just kind of like, nigga, I'm just doing what all my homies is doing, nigga. This is my group. This is who we hang with, nigga. Just like the square kids from out of state and out of town and shit. Like when you a teenager, a lot of teenagers join cliques, party crews, sports teams and collectives like that. Like that's how a lot of motherfuckers start gang banging. They join in a collective. Like, okay, these is all my close friends. These is the niggas who I walk to school with. Because that's how it go with a lot of gangs, my nigga. When you little, you walk to school with 10 or 15 niggas. Like, you went to elementary school with these niggas. You went to junior high school with these niggas. So it's like, nigga, this is my fucking collective, my nigga. Like that's a lot of times what happens in gang banging, my nigga. Like, me and these niggas is like this. Like, I be telling motherfuckers about niggas who try to bang some shit that's 60 miles away. You trying to bang a set that you wasn't raised in, my nigga. Like, my set. Growing up, I rode bicycles with these niggas. I rode skateboards with these niggas. Nigga, we built lowrider models together. Nigga, we rode lowrider bikes together, my nigga. We built mini bikes. Nigga, we play sideline pop together, my nigga. Like, nigga, we slept at each other's house, my nigga. Like, my mama know they mama. They daddy know my daddy. Nigga, our parents went to high school together. Our grandparents played cards together. Nigga, like on Christmas, we danced for our parents and shit. Like, nigga, we go back from babies, my nigga. I'm closer to the homies than I am to my cousins. Like, when I look on Facebook, my nigga, me and a couple of my homies got 150, 175, 200 mutual friends. I got more mutual friends with niggas from my set than I got with my sister. Like, it's that fucking deep when you really from some shit. Like, when you really from the set that you claiming. Like, you and them niggas is tight, like literally family, my nigga. And this is, like I be saying about why gangbanging may never die. Nigga, our ties are close, if not closer than family, my nigga. Like, nigga, if I rode skateboards with this nigga, if I kicked it with this nigga since we was little kids, my nigga, like, we been tight since we was like this big, my nigga. Nigga, of course, if something happened to this nigga, I'm gonna be acting a motherfucking fool, nigga. I'm going to be willing to go to prison behind getting revenge for my homeboy who y'all killed, my nigga. Like, it ain't about cause that nigga had a blue shirt and I wear blue shirts, I'm just gonna go do some bullshit. No, my nigga, like, I've known this nigga for decades upon decades, my nigga, and y'all nigga just took him off the street, nigga. Here I come, nigga. I'm on my way. Y'all got me fucked up. But then here come the niggas from 90 miles up the motherfucking road, my nigga. Like, you from Thousand Oaks and you trying to bang some shit in LA for what? So you can fucking post that shit on fucking Instagram so you can take some pictures and flicks and look tougher than you would look if you was from Thousand Oaks. Like, that shit is dumb, my nigga. Like, being tough is not fucking as cool as the culture makes it look, dog. That shit not fly, my nigga. Like, it's cool to be yourself, dog. That's what's cool. Being who you are, my nigga. Like, I remember I would be low-key jealous of motherfuckers like that, like when I was in high school. Like, some of these motherfuckers is straight nerds, but they don't gotta fight for they nerddom. Nigga, they don't gotta take no fades about being no nerd. Nigga, they don't gotta fucking get pressed about being no nerd. Ain't nobody checking them for the hat they got on. Don't nobody say shit to them. Them motherfuckers and some of them dorky niggas was fucking with the pretty girls and shit. Like, nigga, a lot of the prettier girls didn't even want to fuck with me because of the bullshit I was involved in, my nigga, just because of how I was carrying myself. Like, they like, nigga, I'm cool. Nigga, your ass probably end up in dead or, in jail or some shit behind that bullshit. Nigga, I don't want to fuck with you, nigga. I was a liability. Like, it was way cooler the niggas who just was willing to be who they was, my nigga. Like, motherfuckers be thinking like you gonna get judged negatively because you're who you are, because you watch fucking anime or cartoons or, you fucking play with Pokemon cards or some shit. Like, at the end of the day, most of the motherfuckers who judge you, they ain't finna say shit. They not finna do shit, nigga. You not finna get beat up or bullied behind being who you honestly are, my nigga. Trust me, like, it's way easier to just be the regular kid that you are, my nigga. Just fucking dress nice, and fuck bitches, my nigga, and you'll be cool. Nigga, you don't gotta be fucking gangster and throw up fucking gang signs. Like, nigga, trust me. That shit don't lead to shit. That shit don't get you shit. You is not finna get the pretty females off that shit. I swear to God, nigga. I done lost out on way more dimes than I got from being a motherfucking gangster, dog. Like, I used to think that shit was the shit. You know, just like you'll hear females say, oh, I like a bad boy. I like thugs. That shit don't last, dog. You know, as much as you think that shit lasts, nigga, you can be that same bad boy and all that shit without joining no gang. Especially when you a fake gang member. Like, that shit is even worse, dog. Like, even if you tough, because that's the thing. Like, you can be tough without being a fucking gang member. Like, I think that's like one of the lessons that a lot of motherfuckers need to learn. Like, you can be a tough fucking polo player. Nigga, you can be tough and fucking play violin. Nigga, you can be tough and watch anime, my nigga. Like, you can be a fucking, you know, them cage fighters, them niggas ain't from no gang, but they the toughest motherfuckers walking around here, dog. Like, you ain't gotta be from no gang to be tough. But it's like motherfuckers ain't taught this shit until it's too late. Like, motherfuckers don't catch the lesson until, you know, shit like this happen. Because Draco wasn't no motherfucking gangbanger, my nigga. Like, Draco was affiliated with gangs. Draco was raised around gang members. Draco, you know, probably frequently hung out with gang members, but that motherfucker wasn't no gangbanger. But he ended up in some bullshit with some gangbangers, my nigga. Like, the nigga made the song Ingleweird. Niggas don't play like that, dog. You know, and it's like, I'm not even victim blaming. This is literally just me conveying a message. You know, this is me giving the lesson that a lot of motherfuckers should learn from a negative situation, my nigga. Like, being tough ain't cool, dog. Or let me not say being tough. The tough guy image ain't cool. Because, of course, you want to be tough. Nigga, don't nobody want to be a fucking bitch. But, nigga, when you put forth that tough guy image, niggas is gonna test that shit, my nigga. You know, and that's what I'm trying to say, nigga. You run around with your motherfucking chest poked out and somebody gonna sock you in it. You know, that's some shit that I always used to tell niggas all the time. Like, you know, I never carried myself like I was the toughest nigga in the room. You know, I always just carried myself to let niggas know that I wasn't the one. You know, something that I would always say, whenever bad things happen to certain people, it's always, what energy did that person put forth that allowed that interaction to happen? You know, like when Terry Crews got his dick touched on, I'm like, what the fuck was it about Terry Crews that made that 5-foot white man think that it was cool to come and fondle a 6-foot black man that's literally a walking muscle? What did you do, or what did you say? What type of environment that did you create to make him feel the comfort to do that? That be how I feel about the tough guy shit. You know, like when niggas come in the room and they like, yeah, blood, yeah, blood, yeah, blood, yeah, blood. And like I said, I'm a Crip, my nigga. So sometimes when I be in a room with a motherfucker like that, like I be like, hey, nigga, what set you from, my nigga? Like, just straight up, like, nigga, not even on no super negative shit, but at the same time, like, nigga, where you from though? Like, nigga, you saying you with the element, nigga. From where though? Like, nigga, you know, niggas gonna check your fucking temperature. You know, and a lot of times these interactions go negative. And for what? Because you was representing. Because like I said, nigga, a lot of niggas who I done pressed, like, nigga, I moved to the Inland Empire in the 90s. You know, so like I've been back and forth to Compton my whole fucking life. Like, Compton is what I call home because no matter where I go, that's the one place on the map I always return to. So that's home. But like, nigga, I done lived all over Southern California, my nigga. And every time I be out of town, you know, living where I be living at, it's always a motherfucker that do that shit. And I'm always like, nigga, what set you from, my nigga? You know, and it's like not even that I'm trying to like super press niggas or like throw my weight around, but it's always like, nigga, if you representing that, nigga, prove it. And that's the fucking energy that a lot of motherfuckers have, my nigga. Cause if you niggas see me in person, nigga, I'm 5'11", 175 pounds. I ain't no big ass nigga. I'm small, but I ain't no bitch. And coming from where I'm from, the lifestyle and all that shit, nigga, sometimes you gonna have to check a nigga fucking temperature, my nigga, because niggas have checked mine, my nigga. Like back in my day, I used to wear Yankee hats everywhere. I ain't give a fuck. And the thing was, nigga, that shit was a representation of where I was from. It ain't had shit to do with the fucking baseball team. I don't give a fuck about baseball. Like some motherfuckers ask me, like, "Oh, you're a Yankee fan? Oh, you guys just signed Mark Teixeira?" And I'm like, "Who the fuck is that, man? I don't know no motherfucking baseball players. The fuck? Why you asking me that shit? Know nothing about no motherfucking baseball team? This is my set." I almost said that shit, but like, for what? Like as I got older, it just was like, nigga, for what? Like I'm bringing all type of negative energy to myself, and for what? I'm getting pressed for what? I'm fighting niggas for what? Nigga, I'm getting in shootouts, nigga, for what? Just to let niggas know I'm fucking tough, nigga. What the fuck has that gotten me, dog? And this is something, like I said, nigga, like this is me trying to help young niggas skip that step. Like, nigga, play defense, my nigga. You don't have to fucking play offense all the time. Like, you don't gotta prove to niggas you tough, my nigga. Live your life, my nigga. Make your plays. Focus on school, nigga. Get your grades together. Nigga, do something that's gonna help you as a motherfucking grown up, my nigga. Cause trust me, your gangbanging career ain't gonna count for shit when you grow up. I swear to God, it ain't. You could be the hardest nigga in the fucking world, and that shit won't count towards shit. Like, nigga, it's a motherfucker who I see all the time whenever I go to my grandma's house, when I go back to where I'm from. And this nigga always sitting on my grandmother's porch, probably drinking a 40 ounce or, just chilling, smoking cigarettes and shit. But like, he's like a very unassuming person. Like, we shake hands, greet him. What's going on, Lil Ant? What's going on? And I found out he was the first nigga to catch a body for the neighborhood that I'm from. And it's like, when you look at that shit, it's like, nigga, you would think as far as like your young mind, like, damn, this nigga will be like the man. This nigga done did the ultimate. Like, that nigga ain't nobody, dog. And that's the fucking thing. Like, nigga, a lot of the motherfuckers that put in the most work in the set that you from, they don't get no more respect than nobody, my nigga. Nigga, the niggas who got the most respect in any gang, my nigga? The motherfuckers with the most money, dog. If any of you niggas is from the street, nigga, I double dog dare you to show me a nigga in your set, your hood, your block, your fucking parish, nigga, your zone, your project that got more respect than the nigga who got more money than him. Like, nigga, I don't give a fuck if you kill 600 fucking people in any gang or any territory. The nigga that got money got way more respect than that. Like, that's a lesson that I learned in life, dog. Like, get your fucking money. Fuck being tough, my nigga. When you got money, you can pay a tough nigga to get rid of a tough nigga. Like, this is my fucking thing, my nigga. Like, when you get up, and I'm gonna use a football analogy. When you play Madden, you winning by 21 fucking points, my nigga, and it's the fourth quarter. You play prevent defense. Nigga, you back your safeties up and you just make sure niggas don't score. That's an analogy for life. Like I tell y'all, I use a lot of sports analogies. Like chessboard analogies and shit. Like, when you play sports, once you get up, you take your foot off the pedal, nigga. You just making sure to play defense, nigga. You make sure them motherfuckers don't score and catch up with you, nigga. That's all your fucking, that's your objective. Make sure them niggas don't score, my nigga. You ain't gotta be up there getting dirty in the paint, nigga. You don't gotta, be out there running your best fucking plays, nigga. All you do is make sure you don't lose the fucking game. Once you get up, when you become a multi-millionaire, when you become a rapper and you making money, you got songs on the radio, nigga, you got jewelry now, you got cars now, you got houses now, you got bitches, you got all that shit. Why would you lose that shit trying to do the same shit that you was doing when you was broke? Gang banging a broke nigga sport. Being in the trenches is a broke nigga sport. Broke niggas be in the trenches, my nigga. You know, like I use this fucking analogy early in this motherfucker. But this was before I was producing myself, so I'ma use this shit so I could drop a bomb on the motherfucker. Like, nigga, being rich and still kicking it with broke niggas is like a fucking free slave going back and hanging out on the plantation. Like, why you hanging out somewhere you don't gotta be? Like, you know, rest in peace to Young Dolph. Rest in peace to Slim 400. Rest in peace to Draco the Ruler. Rest in peace Nipsey Hussle. Nigga, rest in peace to Mo 3. Nigga, rest in peace to any of these fucking rappers who got killed in their own hometown. You know, like, it's cool to be the nigga who still goes back to the hood, you know, especially when you giving back to the hood. But it's like you gotta learn how to play prevent defense, my nigga. Like, why are you putting all that shit on the line just to tell niggas that you ain't scared to go back? You know, and like I said, a lot of that shit goes to the energy that you put forth. Cause it ain't even about dying in your own city. It ain't even about going back to your city. Cause you know how niggas be saying, oh, rappers need to get out their city, man. All rappers get killed in their own city. When you a famous rapper, you gotta stay out your city. I'm not telling niggas stay out their city, dog. Because I don't think Kendrick is gonna die in Compton. I don't see Drake dying in Toronto. I don't see J. Cole dying in wherever the fuck he's from, Greenville or whatever ville that nigga from in North Carolina. You know, like, when you don't put out that fucking energy, you ain't got shit to worry about, my nigga. Like, you can go back to your city all motherfucking day. Like, nigga, you know, I don't really listen to a lot of square rappers. I ain't gonna front. Like, Larry June. Like, I don't see Larry June dying in San Francisco, my nigga. Like, when you don't put that energy out there, you don't really got shit to worry about, my nigga. Like, once you hit a certain status, you could take your foot off the pedal. Fuck the trenches, my nigga. Like, nigga, get your money, my nigga. Like, stay in Calabasas now. You know, and that's the fucking thing. Like, Boosie told niggas, you know, he was one of the first niggas to say that rappers die in their own city. Nigga, you not finna see Lil Boosie in Baton Rouge, and he probably look out for Baton Rouge. He probably sends money to that motherfucker. You know, he probably do all type of shit for his city, but he ain't finna go to his city and do it, cause for what? He already got that fucking energy left there, my nigga. So it's like, nigga, why the fuck would I go back and put myself at risk of losing all this shit just to prove that what I'm from there? I'm not afraid to go back. Cause I tell niggas all the time, dog, like, this was something, you know, that I used to tell niggas a lot. Like, niggas love to use, I ain't scared of that, nigga. I ain't scared of this. I ain't scared of that. I ain't scared of this, nigga. Fear don't, you know, being fearless don't make you bulletproof, dog. Nigga, just cause you scared don't mean you won't get your ass whooped. 90% of the niggas who got their ass whooped going into a fight wasn't scared. Look at all the motherfuckers who wasn't scared to fight Mike Tyson. Look at all the motherfuckers who wasn't scared to fight Floyd Mayweather. Nigga, look at all the motherfuckers who went into the ring with no fear. Matter of fact, nigga, when Mike Tyson went into the ring with Buster Douglas, I'm sure he wasn't scared. Nigga, you ain't gotta be scared to get your ass whooped. You know, and that's the thing with life, dog. Nigga, what the fuck is being fearless, my nigga? Fearlessness and stupidity are synonymous, my nigga. Like, whenever I see motherfuckers who just walk around like they not afraid of shit, nigga, they just the toughest nigga in the world. It's like, nigga, a lot of you niggas is too dumb to know you supposed to be scared, my nigga. Some of you niggas is too ignorant to realize that there's a reason to be afraid. And that's what it is, my nigga. It ain't even about being fucking tough, my nigga. Some of the most fearless niggas I know ain't tough at all, nigga. These niggas is fucking hoe cakes, nigga. Like something that I used to talk about a lot, and I probably ain't never said that shit on the show, but like whenever I be around niggas who got like a real slick mouth, like motherfuckers who really be talking that shit, I'm always like, nigga, a lot of the reason that a lot of you motherfuckers be talking real tough is cause you don't know what your blood tastes like. Like you ain't never been socked in your shit mid-sentence. That's why you be talking like that. That's why you be getting at niggas like that. Like nigga, me and one of the homies was talking about another dude who we mutually know, and we was saying that shit. Like certain niggas, like you could tell by how they talk, them niggas not really from that element like that. Because they willing to say some shit that niggas who really from that shit, niggas who really live that shit, like, we wouldn't say that shit, dog. Like, niggas, sometimes it's fucked up, my nigga. Like, niggas gotta watch their motherfucking mouth nowadays, dog. Like, listening to a lot of Draco's, like, later interviews and shit, like, it's like, nigga, you just be like, man, I just wish the best for this nigga, dog. Like, I hope it goes well for this nigga. Because it's like, nigga, you can't talk to everybody like that. You can't talk about everybody like that. Like I said, my nigga, you do what Tupac did and you gonna get what Tupac got, my nigga. It's like, it's fucked up, nigga. I didn't want to see that shit happen to that nigga. But I'm not surprised. Because, nigga, you put that fucking energy out there, my nigga. Like, you got what you asked for. And it's fucked up, but that's what it is, dog. It's like I can't give a pass because it's somebody who I fucked with. I can't give this lesson a pass because it's somebody who I got immense respect for. I respect this gangster and I love that nigga music. Like I said, the nigga went out like a G. But it's fucked up because he went out because he was a G. It's a fucked up thing to see, my nigga. But it's a cautionary tale, my nigga. Like, this is something that I tell motherfuckers all the time, my nigga. Like, you get the energy that you put out there. So, like, nigga, just run your race, my nigga. Just make your plays. Just do what you gotta do. Just go after what the fuck you need to be going after and leave all that other shit out, my nigga. Because you could still be a dope rapper without the beef. Nigga, you could still get your money without shitting on niggas. Because at the end of the day, nigga, I get it. Everybody want to be real. Everybody want to be known as real. But, nigga, you ain't got to be violent to be real, my nigga. Like, I consider J. Cole to be a real nigga. He don't strike me as a gangster. It's a lot of niggas who I used to tell back in the day, like, I got homeboys who don't gang bang and shit. They still real niggas. Like, you ain't got to be violent to be real. Nigga, a real nigga will tell you, hey, nigga, if them niggas start getting on that bullshit, I'ma run. That's some real shit. It takes a real man to admit that he's a coward. You could be a coward and a real nigga because you're admitting that you are a coward. You're honest about that shit. Nigga, a lot of motherfuckers is non-confrontational. You could be a real nigga and be non-confrontational. You can be a real nigga and say, nigga, I don't want no problems, dog. Like, I got a homeboy, my nigga. He on fucking parole, nigga. He on his third strike, my nigga. He like, nigga, I am not finna get in no conflict with none of you niggas. Nigga, I done went to prison for murder. I done went to prison for robbery. And I done went to prison for some other shit. Do you really think I'm finna get out here and risk prison again for you niggas? No fucking way. And the thing is, he's a tough nigga. But he's non-confrontational now because he has to be. Nigga, that don't make him a bitch. That make him smart. But he a real nigga for that shit. Niggas got the definition of real fucked up. Nigga, you ain't got to be violent to be real. You ain't got to be stupid to be real. Because nowadays, like I said, with the fucking culture that niggas done got from rappers, it's like niggas think that being the stupidest nigga mean being real. Oh, I'm willing to throw my whole fucking freedom away for my chain. Oh, nigga, I'll jump out the motherfucking window for my gang. Like, for what, my nigga? Half these niggas you willing to do all that bullshit for ain't gonna send you not one letter when you get to prison. These niggas ain't gonna put near dollar on your books when you get locked up. Nigga, half these niggas you taking pictures with, throwing up gang signs and shit, these niggas ain't gonna do shit for you when them consequences fall on your ass. And it's fucked up because a lot of motherfuckers don't understand that lesson till it's too late. Like a lot of you motherfuckers don't know that shit until you sitting in prison. Like one of these days I'm gonna have to get Rick Rock on this motherfucker to like really break that shit down. Shout out to Compton Rick Rock, the Positive Vibes podcast and shit. I think that nigga changed the name of that nigga podcast to like Compton Rick Rock podcast or something. I'm gonna have to talk to that nigga. But, like prison ain't fucking cool, dog. A lot of the consequences that you niggas is risking for the fucking fake ass street cred that you niggas is chasing, it ain't fucking worth it, my nigga. Motherfuckers be thinking that going to prison cool, my nigga. You don't think prison cool until you get a visit. Nigga, cause when you go in that visiting room, when you come back from the visit, you gonna have to bend over and bust your booty cheeks open so they can make sure you ain't bringing no contraband in that motherfucker. Like you don't understand what really goes down up in that motherfucker. Like it ain't nothing cool about prison, my nigga. Niggas who really been in prison to tell you it ain't nothing cool about that shit. Like I be telling niggas all the time, like, all these niggas on the dead homies, on the dead homies, on the dead homies. A lot of you niggas ain't got no fucking dead homies, dog. A lot of the niggas that make that fucking term on the dead homies sound cool, you don't have none, my nigga. Like, do you really got t-shirts with niggas who you really fucked with on them motherfuckers? That you think that shit is fucking cool to be saying all the time, my nigga? Cause I do. I don't think that shit cool, my nigga. Like, I don't really like putting a lot of shit on the dead homies cause I got dead homies. I got motherfuckers who I was kicking it with every day and then now they dead, my nigga. Like, they not here no more. Like, we kicked it, nigga. We played Madden all the motherfucking time. Like my nigga Smelly Mark, my nigga, like you'll hear his name in Geechee Gotti rap, C-Knock. Like you'll hear certain names that Geechee will rap about, and these is niggas who we really fucked with on a daily basis. Like they real fucking people, my nigga. Like the dead homies ain't this idea that niggas made up that sound cool to put people on. Like the dead homies is fucking human beings who niggas really fucked with, my nigga. And I'm not gonna be disrespectful in that way. Like, nigga, I got too much respect for my dead homies to just be saying on the dead homies all the time. Like, nigga, it's certain shit that me personally, I just take certain shit serious, nigga. It's not a fucking joke. If I put some shit on the dead homies, nigga, I'm swearing to God. Like, nigga, that you could take that shit to the bank. If I put some shit on my dead homies, nigga, that's like some shit like putting it on my mama or putting it on my fucking kids. Like I put that shit in the same motherfucking category, my nigga, cause these niggas is real people, my nigga. Like motherfuckers be putting shit on dead homies and they ain't really got none. Like nigga, you ain't nigga. Who is your dead homies? Niggas done got put on a set 4 days ago. Talking about the dead homies. Who the fuck is your dead homies, my nigga? And like I said, everybody don't fucking play like that, my nigga. And that's the fucking thing, nigga. Everybody don't fucking play. You niggas be playing tough. A lot of the tough niggas that you trying to play tough for don't play back, my nigga. And you gonna end up fucked up behind that shit. And that's like with this shit, like you fucking hate to see it, dog. Because the thing about Draco wasn't fake tough. Draco was real tough. But so was Slim 400. Like certain niggas is real tough. Certain niggas is really about that shit, my nigga. Certain niggas really live that life. And this is the consequences of really living that life, like really doing that shit, really being about that shit. It ain't fucking cool, dog. That shit cool when your ass is in them video shoots and you got 16 niggas and y'all throwing up the set and all that bullshit. But this is when that shit ain't cool. And this is the permanent consequences of that fucking energy that you niggas is putting out. You niggas is putting out that motherfucking energy, and when you get that shit back, like Draco said, nigga, this ain't Grand Theft Auto, my nigga. It ain't no reset button, dog. You ain't getting no fucking you ain't getting no respawn after you get murked, my nigga, in these streets, my nigga. This ain't video games, nigga. It ain't Grand Theft Auto, my nigga. And like I said, nigga, fights don't matter. Nigga, you playing tough, like nigga, just cause you tough, a nigga won't bring that shit to you, my nigga. Like nigga, just be yourself, my nigga. Get your money. Run your race, nigga. Do what you supposed to do, my nigga. Take care of your motherfucking kids, my nigga. Especially when you get something, when you getting some money, nigga, take care of your fucking kids. Nigga, take care of your fucking mama, my nigga. Take care of your family, nigga. Get your homies out the motherfucking street. Like I said, nigga, one of my proudest things about Geechee Gotti, besides him being, the top battle rapper in the world, nigga, shout out to that nigga. Nigga, that nigga's, he's in the GOAT conversation in battle rap. But like the thing I'm the proudest of is watching that nigga take the homies out of state. Watching that nigga take the homies out the hood. Like, nigga, that's one less opportunity these niggas have to get shot. So shout out to Geechee Gotti for being a real ass nigga, dog. The motherfucker done really lived that life, and the nigga doing real nigga shit with his platform. With the opportunities that have been afforded to him, nigga. He's 100% real in every way. And I'm proud to say that I know the motherfucker. Like, he's a real ass nigga, my nigga, and that's some cool shit to see, dog. And it ain't about like flicking it up with niggas, cause y'all niggas know I don't take pictures with niggas. So it ain't like I'm doing this shit like for some clout, like for the nigga to fucking hit me up or post me and no shit like that. Like, it's just some shit that I be happy to see, nigga. Like, a lot of the names that y'all niggas will hear me say, these motherfuckers ain't even famous, my nigga. These niggas is regular fucking people, but niggas, some niggas just on some real nigga shit. And I gotta give them niggas they props for it, cause everybody not fucking real. And like I said, it ain't got shit to do with how violent you are or what you willing to do, my nigga. Being a real nigga is just doing real shit, my nigga. Taking care of your fucking kids, being a real fucking father, that's some real nigga shit. Even raising your goddamn stepkids, that's some real nigga shit. Everybody not willing to do that shit. It's a lot of shit that niggas do that's real nigga shit that ain't got nothing to do with no motherfucking guns. It ain't got nothing to do with selling drugs or violence or crime. Nigga, taking care of your motherfucking mama is some real shit. Paying your mama light bill, that's some real shit. Paying your mama cell phone bill, that's some real shit. Paying your mama car note, that's some real shit. Nigga, looking out for your baby mama. Y'all ain't gotta be together for you to look out for your baby mama. That's your kid's mom, my nigga. If she needs something, take care of her, nigga. That's real nigga shit. It's a lot of real nigga shit that happens that ain't got nothing to do with fucking drugs or guns, violence, rap, or social media, my nigga. But it's like, we gotta get back to the real definition of being real. And I'm gonna drop the mic on that shit. This has been your host, Uncle Dolemite, of the Too Much Game podcast, live from the new sanctuary once again. If you would like to support us financially, it's patreon.com/Townhouse Media. Town E House Media. Support both of the Townhouse Media podcasts. Sports for You podcast, Tuesday, 6 p.m. live on Facebook and YouTube. They gonna be on streaming and all that shit. Check them motherfuckers out. And of course, the Too Much Game podcast, nigga. I record these motherfuckers on weekends. I ain't even gonna say Saturday or Sunday no more, cause it just depends on how the fuck I'm feeling, nigga. Yesterday was Christmas, so I ain't record the motherfucker. But check me out, nigga. I'm always gonna be available, nigga. I'm on all streaming platforms, including YouTube. Follow me on social media at Uncle Dolemite on Twitter and Instagram. If you would like to support me financially, nigga, Cash App Uncle Dolemite, motherfucker. Or buy some merch. Too Much Game Podcast.store, my nigga. I don't know, nigga. I don't really have no whole bunch of other shit to say in this outro, my nigga. Shout out to the Lock Master. You got here late, my nigga. But it is what it is, nigga. Run the playback. But I guess that's it. I ain't here to help you get bitches. I'm here to help you get better. Too Much Game.